German cars have always been known for their technology, comfort, speed, and many other great qualities that make a car fantastic. Compared to Audi, which often has problems with its gearboxes and engines, and BMW, which constantly needs oil and sometimes has turn signal issues, Mercedes stands out because of its well-known reliability. We've all heard stories about how a Mercedes can go for millions of kilometers without needing a new engine. That's why people often say Mercedes is as reliable as Toyota, even though Toyota cars aren't as comfortable as Mercedes ones. Well, unfortunately, the reliability of modern Mercedes is not its best part. It's hard to say that they are as reliable as the cars from the 90s and 2000s, but it was during those years that Mercedes made absolutely indestructible cars. Or did they? We should understand that any car is an incredibly complex mechanism that doesn't always work perfectly, and breakdowns and malfunctions are sometimes possible, and Mercedes is no exception. So, let's talk about the 3 least reliable Mercedes engines that shouldn't be considered for purchase. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And first on our list is possibly one of the most common V6 engines in the world, the M272. This engine was installed in a whole range of different cars, starting from small C-classes, ending with huge Sprinters and Vianos. Okay, now let's have some boring details. And in order to make it a bit better, here you got kiddies. The aluminum M272 was produced from 2004 to 2013, had a huge number of different modifications, from 258 to 316 horsepower, but all versions of the engine had practically the same problems. And now the fun part starts. The issues with the M272 series engines can be detected even without any special tools. Often a running engine may exhibit abnormal sounds such as knocking, chain rattling, metallic ringing, or rustling. Replacing the timing chain on M272 engines should be done every 100,000 to 200,000 kilometers. Engine misfires may occur if the chain is stretched. Well, we all know what misfire can do. The problem can appear on any mileage, and every single engine in this series is at risk. The wear of the balancer shaft sprocket is also one of the most common problems of this engine. So, what is the reason of this issue? The material for making the balancer shaft gear was incorrectly chosen. Overall, M272 is not the worst Mercedes engine, but you definitely need to think twice before buying it. Next engine on our list is maybe one of the most fun to drive Mercedes engine ever. Majestic 6.2 liters V8 with the codename M156. Usually the AMG division takes an existing engine from Mercedes and modifies it. But this time, AMG decided to create their own engine from scratch. This engine, like any other, has weak points that require special attention. With proper care, the M156 pleases its owner and does not cause any problems. The engine block is made of aluminum, and the cylinder coating is applied using a special Mercedes technology. Well, let's talk about problems. The first thing to pay attention to is the hydraulic lifters. First, they start making an unpleasant noise. Initially, this noise is barely noticeable, but over time it turns into the typical sound of failing lifters, which is clearly audible in traffic jams, parking lots, and other places where there are reflections from objects. The cause of the noise is the jamming of the plunger pair in the hydraulic lifter, resulting in the gap between the valve stem and the camshaft not being compensated for, and impacts occur. To avoid damaging the engine or camshaft, buy hydraulic lifters from the Black Series and forget about this problem. The second biggest issue is the head studs. The old bolts tend to break and it will not be difficult to replace them at all. Mercedes have already replaced studs in the revision of M156 engine, but you can also order some aftermarket studs. Yet, it's cheaper to find the factory Mercedes ones. The third point is the camshaft gears. If the engine makes a cracking noise when starting, it means the camshaft gear needs to be replaced or refurbished. The camshaft lobes can wear out prematurely, leading to decreased engine performance. This wear is often caused by inadequate lubrication and poor quality materials. Additionally, camshaft adjusters or gears can fail, causing a rattling noise on startup and timing synchronization problems. Regular maintenance and early intervention can help manage these issues. Overall, M156 is very fun to drive engine, but it requires a lot of money and attention to run properly. Mercedes diesel engines are renowned for their incredible durability and reliability. Unfortunately, the third engine on our list does not share this reputation. It is the four-cylinder OM651. The main issue with this engine is the presence of an intelligent oil pump. When this component fails, the repair costs are very high. The primary cause of failure is the wear and breakage of the return spring. As a result, the pump cannot maintain selective oil pressure.
We don't have the capacity,
causing some of the oil to return to the oil pan. The equipment doesn't receive the required amount of lubrication and wears out quickly. There are frequent instances where the pressure drops to 0.8 bar or less. The manufacturer does not install oil pressure sensors on this unit, leaving the vehicle owner without information about the mechanism's condition.
You're licking the car! Shut up!
When the pump fails, the crankshaft bearings can get damaged. The engine begins to knock and may eventually fail completely. Any Mercedes engine is pretty reliable, and the lifetime of it fully depends on quality of maintenance and amount of money spent on it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow our channel.